So my next stage is to sort all the cracks out in the ceiling, which is it's pretty bad, to be honest, in places. You've got to make them quite deep, so it takes enough filler, the foam and the filler. And what I've been doing is raking the crack out with the blade inside there, and it comes along that crack. So I've done a section because I'm on my plank. That's the next bit to do over there. So what I'm doing is raking out a section, wetting it in, and then putting the foam in the crack. I've already done on that side. And what this does, it strengthens the ceiling, stops the crack really from ever coming back. But because I'm working on the plank, I'm doing it in sections. So I'm about to wet this bit in and put some foam in. So I'll try and show you. What I use sometimes for wetting in is pump spray. That's got watered down PVA in there, so you just give it a bit of spray of that. Okay, wetting it in. What you can do, you can wipe back the excess water and then let that soak in for a couple of minutes, and then apply the foam, which I'll show you that. Right, you don't want to squeeze the trigger too hard, but you want to try and follow the crack along. What the water does is help the foam bond to the material as well as go off. So, just a little thin bead, you don't need much, and just follow the crack along. What this does, cuts down on the amount of filler you have to use as well. Speeds up the drying time of everything, because this takes about an hour to go off, and then you can cut it back and put your surface filler on the surface. So tomorrow I'll be able to paint this ceiling. Right, there you go. Let that cure. Cut it back, put your filler on, sand that back when it's dry, and you're sorted, ready to seal your ceiling. The foam is cured now, so what I'm going to do is start cutting it back. You really do have to let it dry off. I mean, about an hour and a half, but it's really worth it. I'll just show you up here on this section how I cut it back. Now, that's what I'm using. It's a nice sharp blade. But just take your time. You need to try and cut it back beyond the plaster slightly. So, just for demonstration purposes. There we go. That's not too bad at all, that. Sometimes, you can push it back a bit, so you can get a decent bit of filler in. You can use an implement to push it back even further. But yeah, it's really good stuff. So a bit of backing filler in there, surface filled, and that crack shouldn't come back. As easy as that for a crack-free ceiling, and round the edge of the wall as well. I'll just show you that. Ready to be filled with a bit of polyfiller. Sometimes, depending how deep they are, I'll use a bit of undercoat plaster, and then just if there's anything left, go over with polyfiller. But it is really good stuff, that foam. Some things you need to sand the ceiling: a pair of gloves, a sanding block, dust mask, and some bits of sandpaper. It's all 120 grit, this, just to get this the filler smoother. I mean, what you want to do on the second fill is use a lighter sandpaper, some type of fine plaster sandpaper. So so what I'm going to do is sand the filler down and then put a second coat of filler on in places. Right, I've done the second filling on the ceiling. So what I'm going to do now is give it another sand. It's all preparation with decorating. But this time I'm going to use a finer sandpaper, so I don't really put any marks in it. Right, I'll sand that down, and then I'm going to give it a coat of PVA. Right, that's the ceiling finished. It's come up really well. Try and give you a look at it. So, from a nicotine stained ceiling with some major cracks in it, and it's come up quite well. It's no means 100%, but in decorating, as long as you get your work, so it's 90% better than what it was.